I'll be going through the answers quickly, so make sure your course book is open and in front of you. And please stop and rewind the video as you need to. So, got your book open in front of you? Are your answers in capitals? Want to know why the answers are the answers? Then let's go. For question number 1, the basic context here is that people have been studying since ancient times to try to understand people's characters. That's the basic message. Now we've got to find the answer which conveys that same message, which gives you that same message. So which of the 4 verbs that we are given actually means the same as try? Well, there's only one, and that is see. Study since ancient times in an attempt to understand people's characteristics. The other thing, of course, is the preposition to after the gap, because you can't have in an act to, in an action to, in an approach to. Simply doesn't work. For question number 2 here, the key here is the preposition, or rather the lack of a preposition, because 3 of the answers need a preposition, either about or with. There's only one answer that fits the language pattern that we've got right here without any prepositions, and that is discussed. Experts have endlessly discussed the significance of ... For question number 3, we have to take into account the sentence structure. What we've got here is a subordinate clause followed by a main clause, which means that we need to choose the correct subordinate conjunction which gives us the correct message. Now that message, if we analyse the whole sentence, is one of contrast. So in a subordinate clause there's a contrast to the idea presented in the main clause. The question is, which is the subordinate conjunction that we need? Well, if we have a look at the answers, we can see that but is not a subordinate conjunction, it's a normal conjunction, which means that it can't work here. And however and nevertheless are linkers, transitions, whatever you want to call them, but they're not subordinate conjunctions. The only one that is although, and that's why it's the correct answer. For question number 4, we're basically describing behaviours, and in this particular case, the manner in which people shake hands. And that's exactly why the answer is not manner, because manner needs a whole load of extra language which isn't presented in the text. But which one word means the same as manner and actually does fit the language pattern? Well, the answer is A, way. The way people shake hands. For question number 5, we're presented with 4 verbs, but which one of those verbs collocates with the noun that follows, control? Well, only one of those verbs does, and that is take, to take control. For question number 6, what's the message here? The message is basically that most Westerners feel uncomfortable in a particular situation. That's what the basic main message is. So we need a word which means the same as most. Well, there's only one word that means the same as most, and that is majority, C. So the vast majority of Westerners feel uncomfortable in a particular situation. For question number 7, 2 ways to look at this. We can either have a look at the preposition after the gap, which eliminates a number of the answers straight away, or we can have a look at the context, which basically says that different things happen in different countries. So we're looking for a word that conveys or gives you this idea of something different happening in different countries, and there's only one answer that allows us to understand that, and that is A, to vary from country to country. For question number 8, the key word here is the preposition after the gap. There's only one answer that collocates with that preposition, and it's not appealed. Well, something can appeal to you, but that's not a problem. But the problem with appeal is what's before the gap. If someone is appealed to you, it doesn't make any sense. We can't say approved to you, we can't say fascinated to you, we would have to use different prepositions. The only one answer that fits the gap here is attracted.